Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Talking Ink with Urban Streetwear. We are very excited to welcome our next guest to the show. He's the biggest guest we've had on yet to date. He's an amazing artist.
Wait, the biggest physically or talented-wise?
Talented-wise. Definitely talented-wise. He's an amazing artist and he's one of the stars of Tattoo Nightmares. He's a Sullen Clothing artist and he's a very keen fisherman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Big Gus. Big Gus, thanks for coming on.
Hey. How you guys doing, man? What's going on?
Oh, we're just enjoying the lovely winter weather down here in Australia, mate. I'm sure it's nice and warm out in Cali at the moment.
Yeah, it's actually in the 80s and 90s in California. When I have my clients, they come from Australia. They tell me that our summer is your guys' winter, so that's kind of trippy.
Yeah, it's like down here at the moment, we're going through one of the coldest winters we've had for a few years. It's like 0 degrees outside at the moment.
0 degrees?
Yep.
In Australia?
Yep.
How the fuck do kangaroos live in Australia at 0 degrees?
They jump around to keep warm.
Or drink lots of beer.
Yeah, well, that's it. It all helps.
That's funny. Well, what's going on, man? How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's great to have you.
Oh, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
Now, for those of us that don't know, can you tell us a bit about your style of work?
My style of tattooing is photorealism, black and gray. That's pretty much what I grew up doing pretty much 90% of my career. So I do a lot of like photos and, anything that's photorealism related. I also do it in color as well. So that's pretty much my style. I'm also, when I was younger, I was known a lot for a lot of my West Coast LA Chicano black and gray style. So that was something that I became very popular for too in my younger career.
Okay, cool.
But now I do like lots of cover-ups, as some of you may know.
Yeah, we've got Tattoo Nightmares on TV down here, so no doubt a lot of our followers have seen you on that before.
Yeah. Do I have my American voice when you guys watch me?
I would
or does
say,
somebody do a voiceover?
Talking to you today, you sound a little bit more American on TV than you do today, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got the whole, you can tell the Mexican heritage in me comes out when I talk normally.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, born and raised in Cali, man, so that ain't never going to change.
That's good. So, apart from tattooing, what other mediums do you work in?
I also work with oils, Prismacolors, markers, color pencils. I do a lot of pencil work, like all the stuff that I do for Sullen. It's all done with pencils and graphite and charcoal. So I pretty much anything that I can get my hands on to draw with, I'll use it. Whatever it takes to create a piece is what I use. So I don't really have something particular that I stick to, really.
Yeah, cool. I actually saw the collective have got one of your canvases up, or they had one of your canvases up for sale the other day, one of your oil paintings.
Yeah, we're trying to make some room because as you guys know, I have the Sullen Family Shop over here in the U.S. and we're trying to make room for some new artwork. So I wanted to sell one of my older pieces, and I don't ever sell my originals. It's something that I hold on to, and the only time I've ever sold originals is like for charities or some stuff like that. And then private collectors, I have a couple people that have some private collections of mine. And so I decided to just put it up, and the thing sold like in less than 2 hours. It was quick. So that was cool. Somebody lucky got that piece.
Yeah, very cool. What's one of the strangest pieces you've ever had to tattoo on someone?
One of the strangest pieces? I had this one guy come in one time. It was during my earlier career. I was tattooing at the first shop I ever worked at, and this guy came in, and you can tell he was like, you could tell he was high on drugs, and he was just like tripping out, you know. And I was like, look, dude, I can't tattoo you. Well, you're all tripping out over here, you know. And he's just like, no, man, I really want to get this tattooed on me. And I guess he had drawn this like image of it must have been like, it looked like 1,000 shapes, and each shape was like a different color, and it looked like if you were like to throw up shapes and colors is what this guy drew, and he was just like, I want this tattooed on my ribs, and I was like, yeah, you come back tomorrow when you're sober, I'll still do it. Sure enough, he came back the next day, and he still wanted it. That was one of the strangest things I've ever done. That was so weird. But yeah, if you can imagine somebody, if you can imagine somebody on acid trying to draw a bunch of shapes with colors and then tattoo it on them, that's pretty much what it was. It was funny, but that's what he wanted.
Yeah, there you go. So if you could tattoo anyone, who would it be and why?
If I could tattoo anyone, I would tattoo my mother. My mother passed away when I was 19 years old, so if I had a chance to tattoo anybody, it would be my mom. So to have her come back or whatever, or have her still here and be able to tattoo her would be like the ultimate dream, but that would never happen. But that's how I answer that question every time I get asked.
Yeah. Before someone gets a tattoo, what advice do you give them?
I would say, look at people's portfolios or Instagrams. I mean, nowadays, people's portfolios are their Instagrams and their Facebook, so technically you don't even have to look at anything. You could just hop on the internet and do the research that you want. And, research your artists and really make sure that you get the style that you want. You know what I mean? Each artist, there's so many artists nowadays you could research a tattoo that you want. So I would say research your artist and make sure you find the right one, and make sure you find a style that's going to fit you best. I mean, you are going to wear it forever. So, and don't be cheap. Good tattoo artists ain't cheap. So if you find the right one, you're going to have to pay for what you want,
Yeah.
It's not a pair of jeans or shoes. So remember, that shit's on you forever. If not, your ass is going to come visit me and say, please cover this up, Gus, and it's going to cost you 5 times more than what And lasers are super expensive, so you don't want to go there.
No. So what inspires you to be an artist?
Just everyday life in general, man. I go fishing. I'm always in the woods, or just if I go to a different city. And there's a lot of things that inspire me. Anything as simple as like a photo or just the way I'm feeling that day. It's kind of weird. I guess I'm surrounded by so many great artists as well, so they constantly inspire me too. Lucky to work with some good guys, and they're so talented. So it's like being in a shop. I'm inspired every day, constantly. And then my wife too. My wife tattoos really good, and lately she's been drawing a lot. And she's actually been inspiring me a little bit lately too. She's kicking ass with the pencils, man.
Yep.
So it just depends, I find inspiration in things, not just in certain things. So I try to stay away from the internet. I think the internet's full of fucking garbage when it comes to inspiration. I really don't like looking to the internet for inspiration. I think it's just like it's cluttered with a bunch of repetitiveness, meaning everyone's doing the same style. Everyone's doing the same black and gray. Everything's so boring and bland. So I never look to the internet for inspiration. I look to my everyday life for inspiration. And that's as simple as going fishing or looking at some photography in a book that I've never seen, or going to a museum,
Yep. Now, you've had a long-spanning career in the industry. What's been some of the highlights for you?
My highlights in my career have been, being in tattoo magazines and having my first publication in tattoo. That was a big accomplishment. And, being friends with, meeting like Jack Rudy, Tony Olivas, and some of those guys, and having them become my friends have been big accomplishments. And Tattoo Nightmares was a big accomplishment. It was one of the hardest things I ever did. Working with Sullen has been another big accomplishment. Being one of the original members and one of the original artists and being with the company since it started, that's one of my biggest accomplishments too. And there's a lot of things. My daughter, all kinds of things. I can go on and on and on, bro. You know.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I keep it simple. Everybody thinks just because you're like this well-known artist that you have this like extravagant look at everything and everything has to be like fancy and shit. But I'm so simple, bro. You would trip out. I love to go fishing. I wear sandals. I drive a. Besides that, everything else is pretty simple. You know?
Yeah. Now, speaking of which, we know you're a keen fisherman. Can you tell us a bit more about that and your Fish Elite?
Fish Elite is a new clothing brand that I started, and it's pretty much a clothing brand driven by tattoo artwork. And I decided to have a team of guys just like myself that I pretty much grew up with, and we decided to start this team, and it's called Team Fish Elite, and it's kind of grown into like this pretty cool, like worldwide thing now. Like some of my closest friends that are fishermen are on the group. Like Matt Jordan from New Zealand's in our fishing team, and Aaron from London is on our team, and Ralph Winder's on our team. And then we've got a bunch of guys in the United States, and so it's really cool. It's like I found out how many of my friends really love to go fishing, you know, and some of them are tattoo artists, and some of them are just guys that I grew up with my whole life. And we got guys on our team that are not just your average fishermen, but we got guys that are pro fishermen too. They do tournaments. Me myself, I do tournaments. I'm also a tester for Savage Gear.
Yeah, cool.
So I've reached a pinnacle in not only in my tattoo career, but also in fishing. I've reached a point where now it's like I get paid to go fishing too, so it's kind of fucking cool, you know?
Yeah,
and,
totally.
It's cool to get a bunch of cool gear and stuff all the time and try new gear that's not tested, and so yeah, it's super rad. I'm enjoying it, man. Super enjoying it.
Yeah, cool. Now, I know one of the questions that a lot of us have out here is, have you got any plans to come to do any conventions in Australia anytime soon?
Oh, my God. You know what, man? For all you guys out there listening in Australia, I hear you guys on everything. I hear you on Instagram. I hear you guys on Facebook. I hear you guys on my emails. And, yes, I will be coming to Australia. Just at the moment, I'm just super busy with my career in the United States. I got a lot of things that I'm like already committed to in the States. And so as soon as I'm done with that, I will be visiting you guys. So hopefully within the next year or two, I will be coming to Australia, and you guys will still want to be tattooed by me. So I get so many emails from you guys over there. It's crazy. It's kind of cool. I didn't think I had such a huge fan base in Australia, but I'm coming to find out I do. So it's pretty cool. So I just want to say to all those fans that do write me and all that stuff, thank you for. When I do come, you'll know, and be patient because I got thousands of emails to answer from Australia. So just keep sending your emails and try to get those appointments, and eventually I will be there. And when I do come to Australia, I will say this. I'm going to be there for a month or so the first time I come. So I'm not only going to be there for a tattoo convention, I'm also going to be guest spotting at a couple of friends' shops. And so I'll be staying there for over a month the first time I go. So you guys, when I go, you guys will have a good opportunity to be tattooed by me when I'm there. So.
Oh, there you go, guys.
Hope that answers the question.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. There you go. So you've heard it here. When Big Gus is out next, he's going to be here for a while. That's fantastic. Yeah. Now, who should we interview next?
Who should you interview next? As far as like the Sullen family goes, or just who would I think would be a great person to interview?
Oh, both. I have actually reached out. I reached out to Jeremy a while ago, but yeah, artist-wise.
Actually, I have a few artists here that are really good, that are young and are aspiring to be artists. And I also have an artist here named Gus. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's one of the original guys in California that people have known for a long time. Amazing, black and gray tattoo artist from Mexico, and does heavy culture, Hispanic artwork. And then we have another artist named Niz here, who's SoCal based. It's a very young, talented kid that's gonna learn. And we got a talented crew here. And then obviously, your main guys that you would want to interview, like Carlos and Alan Padilla. But it's not easy. It's like trying to get a hold of the president sometimes with some of us, you know?
Yep.
It takes.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, if any of your guys are ever keen for an interview, we're definitely interested in having a chat to them.
Yeah, I can definitely help you hook that up with some of our guys. So. Yeah. Make that happen, you know. Bob Tyrell works here at our shop too.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Bob's as well.
Yeah, so maybe I can help you set that up as well one day.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Me and Jamie can help you set that up.
Sweet.
I know Bob's got a lot of fans out there in Australia as well. So.
Yeah. And the final question for the day, Gus, and then I'll let you get going. Any last words, shout-outs, or special thanks?
Oh, no, man. Just thanks to all the fans in Australia. I appreciate all you guys listening out there and watching our show. And thank you for being patient. Just be a little bit more patient, and I'll be there soon. So I'm going to be in disguise, though, so I don't get, like, all crazy and ran over while I'm there. I'm going to go on the Jenny Craig diet, get all skinny, and grow a beard. Just playing. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, sounds good.
Everybody who helps make my dreams come true. All my fans, Sullen, all the people that get tattooed by me, I wouldn't be who I am without them. So with all my clients, I wouldn't be who I am. So thanks to all my clients that have been tattooed throughout the years, you know?
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for your time, Gus. We'll let you get back to it, and we'll talk soon.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Okay, guys, that was Big Gus, direct from the US. Tune in next week for our next episode of Talking Ink, and we'll see you then.